Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD campaign. We're back on our Tsardom of Bulgaria series. This is episode 3. In today's episode we have the defense of Constantinople. Henry, the faction leader of the Latin Empire, has decided to launch an amphibious attack against us in Constantinople. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. I'll put in the description below the 1212 AD mod and submods if you guys would like to download them and play along with me. The Battle of Constantinople 1219 AD. We managed to have in the last episode the battle for Constantinople taking it. We managed to draw out the garrison as there was an army outside. In the previous episode we managed to take Philippopolis, so we've been focusing upon the Latin Empire a lot. They've actually amphibiously attacked us, so it's going to be quite an interesting battle, if I do say so myself. We do outnumber them by roughly around about 500 men, but as they have amphibiously attacked us, they will have no siege equipment, so they're going to have to rely on the cavalry units which have been deployed in the open field, and they're going to have to try and dock in the small, narrow sort of channels and corridors there. So I don't know how they're going to sort of pull this one out, especially when they have seasickness going for them as well. So for Boriel to be the undisputed ruler of Constantinople, the one true Eastern Orthodox ruler, we have to hold it. We have to throw back Henry of the Latin Empire. Alrighty guys, welcome to the battle map. Let's see what we're working with. 18 deployables, 2 barricades and 2 mounted artillery. Okay. So it looks like they've deployed their cavalry quite close to the gateway. We have 2 units of heavy spears, 3 units of medium, 7 swordsmen, and we've got access to all like tar pits. Sort of manhole traps, barricades and whatnot. And we've also got deployable artillery. Most of the Navy is going to so we're probably going to disembark from that side. They can hit us on the far side here as well. So we're really going to have to protect our shores here. So here is the Latin Empire. And there's no breaks in the wall. There's a little bit of siege degradation outside, but the Latin Empire are off the coast, and we have to throw them back from whence they came. Okay, they've actually divided up into 3 large attack groups, but we do have our mounted artillery, which would be cool. But here is Constantinople, the ancient city. Only one lot of Theodosian walls, however. Alrighty, let's start the deployment and see what we're working with. So, we will need a small garrison to hold the gateway. But I want to try and move my mounted artillery. Where are they? One's on this far wall. If I can get them to the coastline as quick as we can, we might even be able to take out, 1, 2, 3 of their ships. Now, where to deploy these stakes? They can go outside. Why can't I draw that there? Because they could disembark there. Or perhaps I'm better off to put them inside. I don't reckon they'd even fit inside. Maybe I can sort of deploy them here. Putting a physical barricade up would stop them deploying on this beach front here. Because can we even get it in there, really? Nah, it's a little bit tricky. Oh, we can get a little bit there. Or maybe I'm better off redeploying it like all in there. You can barely get it there. But the thing is, right, the problem is, like, barricades and stuff are good. However, because it's such a narrow, close and confined position, we're actually better off deploying it where we can outside and all around the wall. If they somehow get in and want to sort of go for the gateways, because we don't want to hit our own troops. We've also got some fiery balls there as well. We probably could redeploy them. So archers, we'll put them up on the seawall. We'll put them on flammable ammunition as well, because it is imperative to try and take out as many ships as possible before they embark. So we'll try and split you up where you can, and we'll switch now away from a standard shot to a flammable. And we'll start dividing up the military forces. So I think 3 on this beachhead here, protecting the harbour, is the play. We'll bring 4 more further back. Okay, so there's a staircase there and some slight high ground. We'll take that. We don't want them to push towards the capture point near the hippodrome or the town square. You never know, one might go all the way around. So I'm going to leave a small force over there just to deal with it, and we'll give these 2 more as sort of supplementary reinforcements there. We won't commit them to a choke point. We'll keep them there with the general, and we'll allow them to pivot and rotate where we can. Now, with my cavalry and general unit, we outnumber them, what? We have 5, they've only got 2. So let's aggressively push Henry. If we can kill and capture Henry, that will be a huge, huge morale debuff for them. Let's switch the ammunition for my catapults and hopefully try and... Oh, there's 4... Oh, what? There's 4 there? Oh, I just got baited. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Oh, no. Because I can't afford the gateway to be open. They absolutely baited me. Ah, oh, shit. Fall back, you'll be right. I need to focus on this, like... I need to get, like, shots off myself, or otherwise... I need to shoot with my catapults myself. I like... Why are they rotating so weird? Oh, poor cavalry. Got stuck and isolated. Surrounded. Poor Bulgarians. Brave Bulgarians. My archers don't seem to be engulfing anyone just yet, but the pathfinding is with us. The brave Bulgarians holding the beachhead as the Latin Empire try to retake and reclaim their city. It looks like we've engulfed one spear unit, which is good to see. Now can I get some shots off myself? There we go. Rain, fire, and death upon the enemy. Oh god, it takes so long to reload. I think they sort of patched it since Rome 2, because what was a legitimate strategy, especially in Rome 2, is you could have like full fleets of catapults, and if any army went into the open sea, you could, like, basically, it's like a machine gun. Like, it's like an artillery, like a cannon. That's what I was trying to do. Can, like, smash them quite quickly. Are these guys focusing on the beachhead as well? Some have disembarked around there. So this is why I have that pivoting force. So they can swing around there. Make a small blockade in that choke point. So now they've disembarked. Push them. Hold, men. Hold the beaches. So, once we throw them back, they mustn't have many more territory left. If any. They might have some in Anatolia. I'm not entirely sure. Oh! They're trying to cut down the gateway with their mounted swordsmen? Really? That's incredibly interesting. Now, it looks safe to say that We're not going to be attacked on that far side now. They don't seem to be rotating, so we'll move guys further back up here. Oh, God, they should have intercepted them. General can stay there. Alright, you push for this. You push for that. We should be able to surround them. I'm fighting on multiple fronts. 1, 2, 3 basically. So we're holding them on this first initial beachhead well, as they're only pushing with spears. Crossbows now are pushing into the center. But looking at the odds, it's sort of gone back into their own favor. We should be able to surround and work them in the courtyard here. And there's more disembarking. Archers continuing to rain fire and terror upon the enemy. Loose, man, where you can. Boreal commanding back in his tactical position, while the others are taking a more of a defensive approach on the left, holding the slippery sandstone marble steps as the gods of old and new look over us. They're actually not doing too bad to disembark, because it is a difficult city to amphibiously attack Constantinople. The capture points are quite easy to get to, but it's an interesting push that they've gone on. Whoa, how did they get all the way around there? Oh, come off it. I wonder if my catapults can really fire into the back of them there. We definitely should be redirecting some of these archers. Like, shooting down upon them is definitely the play. Yeah, so it's about a 55 to 50 in our favour, I'd say. We do outnumber them by 500. Hopefully our garrison artillery will be able to hold up well. Let's get some shots off ourselves, because we might be able to start a rout. Come on, is it on target? No, missed by... I was going to say a B stick, but it was actually a fair few meters. If I do say. And what? Why is the recharge super long on a different artillery piece? What? Okay. They seem to be isolating and holding us well. It's because they're matching us on that far side. We do outnumber them, only by probably 2 units, and 4 were deployed on the far side, or we only outnumber them by 2 units or so. Oh, it's not 250 units, 160. Okay, so it's a couple. I don't know why I thought it was 250. Just thinking of another total war off the top of my head, I guess. Right. Now, for some reason, why can't you engage those crossbow militia? You should be able to. Alright, how well are they doing on that wall working it? 6 to 12. Within 5 minutes, so they're probably not even going to be able to do it. Overall. Okay. The major push seems to be on this far right side. So, let's drop a morale buff and switch to a standard shot now, away from fire. Although the fire morale penalty for them will be good, I think armor piercing hit damage is the play. We still can't hit those crossbowmen. We've managed to rout 1 unit of pikes, which is fantastic. What? How are they capping it? I wanted to rotate my cavalry just to help out with some hammer and anvil strike, but they're capping it from the other side? How is that possible? And they've opened it. What? I think it's a bug. Quickly now, get back. We're going to have to put more guys here. How can you cap it when you... I guess because they're in the... Yeah, you can... How can you physically cap a... With... What? You haven't got ropes. You haven't got, like, ladders or anything. That's so silly. That's so stupid. Alright, let's try another shot with this catapult. Round 2. We'll put it slightly back than before. Come on. Ah, yes. Burning Catholics. Just what Buddy likes to see, yeah? Good. Good clean hit. Oh, God. They're surrounding us here. This is turning into a bit of a grind. A long, protracted, arduous siege, which I wasn't fully anticipating. I thought we would be able to rapidly repel this Latin Empire amphibious defense of Constantinople, but I seem to be wrong. They seem to be pushing, gaining ground, and they've been rewarded for taking the initiative early on. But in saying that, there are some units routing in some areas. We need this cavalry in here. If it was a little bit more widely open, cycle charging with heavy cavalry is probably the play. They've helped me out a lot in this series, in the first couple of battles. But for now, I still think we're going to win. But I guess everything's technically up in the air. But let me know in the comments where you'd like me to expand and conquer. I think pushing naturally from our position, securing Greece is the play. Trade, finishing off the last of our enemies instead of starting anew is probably the best idea. Push for Thessalonica, push for Thessaloniki. I need like an accent to say that fucking city properly. And then take out the Achaean Greeks. Then we can push into Anatolia. We do have one military ally in the Byzantines and a close alliance with Hungary through diplomatic marriage. My brother, Strets, is married to a Hungarian. So, calling him to aid at one point might be a play. But securing the old Greek territory of Pergamon and then Anatolia is probably a good idea. We're well on our way to reaching 18 settlements to forge the Bulgarian Empire. I'm sure you and Buddy will like the sound of that. Right, so we've managed to clean up the beachway there, and we've managed to stop the gateway cap. Continue to get the archers to focus their firepower into the rear of the disembarked forces there, and it seems like one unit at a time can only push the steps. That 2 units of cavalry influx has massively helped. Yeah, focus on this unit like routing. Get rid of that. There we go. That's more like it. Now push for that spear militia and those... There's actually 3 units there. Let's drop another rally, please. Yeah, it looks like one's the focal, but they're sort of like leaking on that left side. Somehow glitching through like the wall and the stairs, which is a bit of a pain. But so be it. Then we're really making us fight for this one. You gotta give it to the Latin Empire. They are the goddamn scourge of this series and the Orthodox realm. I don't know what's going on. We've retaken the gateway there now fully, but they're like teetering and pushing through it. So now it's turned into 2 blobs focusing. Once we free up the left-hand side, we should be able to eradicate and dismember the right hand side. They're now breaking. Good. Let's clean them up. The cavalry has massively helped us there. And they couldn't hold out. Even with slight misplace on the gateway. Continue to get my archers to fire in there. But they haven't got many more infantry left. We should be able to wrap things up shortly. There's a couple of spearmen holding out there. 47 or so. And they're not pushing, which is good. That's what I feared. I feared a cavalry surround and interception from the gateway. It's so weird that, like, they haven't got ladders. They've just got Aurora to sort of take the gateway. The gateway will become to me. Open the gates. Yeah, sure. Like, I guess they coerce them. I don't know. Is that their Aurora of influence? Maybe. I just need a quick sip of water. Right. So they're pretty much buckled. The left-hand side defense, left-hand sided defense, is slowly rotating and going around. Oh my god. The blood and guts of battle there. Men of the Latin Empire laying slain at top of the marble steps. Poor buggers. Yeah, it's the steps and then there's like the slight incline of the hill there. That's what did them. Overall, I would have thought my artillery would have performed a lot better. To be honest, I wasn't expecting or anticipating to even have them and deployables, but I definitely made the right decision not to bring those deployables inside. My god. Because it would have slowed down the enemy and myself. So since they're already there, we might as well just sort of push and try and finish them off there with my cavalry. My arrow towers still seem to be doing a decent work. Come on. Pour down the hot boiling oil. They look like men of Flanders. But hey, victory! We have victory here today. We need to capture Henry, their faction leader, for what he did and his faction did in the Fourth Crusade. The ships are fleeing, my lord. Fantastic. The men that amphibiously assaulted Constantinople will be captured and killed within the city. There's one even further back there. Now with their cavalry moving out. Not cavalry. They are though. Their ships moving out. It looks like it's stopped lagging a little bit. Just so many models trying to move, embark and disembark. Slowed things down. Come on, cavalry. Try and catch him in the thick forest there. We do seem to be. 1,000 denarii and a lordship for the man that brings me Henry's head. There we go. Might have cut him down there. There's some smaller units further around this way. But we've been successful in the defense of Constantinople. I would have thought we would have had like the siege of Constantinople at some point, but we've had two battles in quite close proximity. We had the battle drawing out the garrison on the fields of Constantinople, and then we've had to defend it from within. I'm sure he read up of countless orthodox defences, whoa, of Constantinople and learnt his lesson, Boriel. As I was saying, that some guy just got absolutely minced into a patch of cabbages. Oh god. More fertilizer for the farmers. I guess. There's only one or so unit there. More fertilizer for the wheat field. Oh, we didn't get to see him get brought down, which is a shame. We'll end the battle there. 356. We destroyed two. Wow, there's only 23 remaining. We destroyed 2,000 of theirs. Holy shit. Okay, 112, 135. Archers did well. 277. That's some of the best performing archers we have had for this series. That's cray-cray. Okay, guys, welcome to the campaign map. We have adequately sunken the Latin Empire's fleet. Here now, let's take on the remaining warriors. But they've been utterly defeated there, the Latin Empire. They ain't coming back from that. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.